Yo, what is going on, guys? So we got a clip here of a lady who is not too happy about the fact that she can't make money off of her OnlyFans anymore. So let's see what she has to say.
I can't work and even if I was to go back to work, what am I supposed to do? Go work in the strip? They're all closed down as well. They're all closed. All the strips are closed. You can't even be fucking close to somebody because of social distancing. So I've got nothing else going for me. I have no other talent. I've got nothing else. I can't dance. I can't sing.
And the part about these videos, gentlemen, is the fact that, they get all of this easy, free money, okay? But when it turns around and it's time to actually do something, oh my goodness, the world is falling apart. Okay, it's not as if these girls have gone to, gone and got an education in something or understand business or finances. A lot of them just go after this career for the quick money. Okay, and when that starts to fall apart, when they have to do something else, my goodness, it's just the end of the world for them. And the funniest part about this, guys, is a lot of them will have to go and get jobs, at least in the short term. But there's going to be another OnlyFans. There's going to be another platform where they go to. But for the meantime, they can't be paying for their fancy condos and stuff like that, man. A lot of girls are relying on this for income. It has gotten to the point where society views having these accounts, right, selling pictures of yourself online, as normal, right? For instance, in society at the moment, guys, if you're a man and you're with a girl who does OnlyFans and you're not supportive of it, oh, that's just on you because you're insecure. There's a giant push for men, shaming men into accepting this behavior from their girlfriends. It's absolutely unreal, but let's continue.
I can't do anything. So, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do?
Can you imagine for a moment, right? You're the parents of this lady here. Okay, it's it's funny, man, right? Because a lot of girls, particularly if they're beautiful or the better they look, the more used to riding off of other people they get. So you'll get all of these girls, man, who are absolutely stunning, right? But they've got no talent, right? They have no critical thinking or anything like that. Because a lot of it, why the hell would you need to have a skill set if other people just provide it for you? Okay? Why would you need to have any sort of skill set for a job, okay, when you can just kind of, mooch off of dudes? You see what I'm saying? A lot of these girls, man, they haven't been told no before. Nobody has a barrier to entry for their lives because girls like this, man, as sad as it is to say, a lot of them, what they'll do is they'll set up shop in other people's lives, or they'll do content like the stuff we're talking about in this video, and they won't have anywhere else to turn if those two things are going away. So what you'll end up seeing is you'll see these girls who get 30, 40, 50, right? They can no longer continue to do these sorts of spicy jobs, shall we say, and the men don't want them anymore. And then all of a sudden they've got issues. See, it was all fun and games, right? It was all fun and games while they were at the top. But when they have to actually do something, the whole world crumbles. Because make no mistake, girls like this, man, they're not out here securing husbands and stuff like that, right? They're not. It's not as if they're out here securing a long-term partner that will take care of them and stuff like that. Those dudes who will do that, oh, they're boring, right?
I really just don't know what to do. I just want everything to go back to normal so people can keep subscribing to my OnlyFans.
And that right there, guys, is the end of the video. Right? It's just, man, what does society come to, right? But anyway, guys, before we jump into the rest of today's show, make sure you subscribe on your way in and come and join the locals and the Discord, links in the description. Both of those are totally free to join, guys, and if anything happens to the channel, you will be notified through those two things. And yes, I did fix the Discord link. You guys were telling me that it was broken. It is all fixed, or at least it should be on the newest videos. But let's jump into today's second video here, and I'm going to pull it up momentarily.
A good man.
And let's see what this lady has to say, shall we? TikTok is a great source for these videos, so let's have a look. And it has the hashtag on it, hashtag support men and hashtag dating advice. So let's see if the dating advice is any good.
Man that knows his value but has been through stuff will create his own peace and chill in it and wait for a woman to add to it. They are not out there dating a new girl every week and spending all of their money because they are building. These are the highest quality of men. And if you find one, get his attention and do not let him go.
Apologies if that was a bit loud there, gentlemen. But she makes a good point. All right, we'll play through it one more time and kind of break it down bit by bit.
A good man that knows his value but has been through stuff will create his own peace and
Yeah, because a lot of men are realizing, hey, you know what? These relationships out here, particularly in 2021, what kind of peace are you getting from relationships? Like, someone please tell me, man. Like, gone are the days. If you notice, dating in 2021, it's just fast food dating, right? It's just people asking themselves, what can I get from other people? Okay, and when they get bored or things get a little bit too hard or you have any issues, oh well, all of a sudden they're just kind of out the door. Okay, because a lot of these girls, man, who have social media, they just think to themselves, okay, well, why would I work through the issue that we have in our relationship when I could just talk to Jack, right, the next guy on my Tinder profile who looks attractive? Why would I deal with this and go through all of these issues when I can just grab another dude? And a lot of guys are looking at this volatility in relationships and thinking to themselves, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to go work on my hobbies. It's a smarter use of my time anyway. Like, I might as well just, work hard at my job or do the things that I'm interested in, because relationships are not really seeming like they're worth the time at the moment.
chill in it and wait for a woman to add to it. They are not
Yeah, and that's something I'd have to disagree on, okay? Man, it's like, what did we say earlier in the video, right? Girls come into lives and they kind of set up shop. You will notice this, right? Like, as a guy, something to kind of highlight is girls kind of make bets on their future with you, right? You'll see, and this is kind of why we see the trope of, okay, young girls, what they'll do is they'll go out there and they'll have their fun. Okay, they'll try and lock down these guys, and they'll cry when Chad doesn't want to commit to them. Okay, but what they've realized is, hey, you know what? So what if I'm 40 and I have 3 kids from 3 different dudes? I can turn around and still get a guy to pay for my, to pay for the rest of my life and stuff like that. So rather than betting on a horse young and then that horse failing, a lot of girls are saying, well, I'll just wait till the end of the race. I'll see who's kind of won the race. I'll see who's got a successful career, who's made something of themselves, and I'll try and pick from them. And a lot of guys are waking up to this idea and saying, hell no, I'm not getting married to you. Because men have actually started to realize, hey, there's something on the line, right? Men have started to develop some self-respect and go, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
not out there dating a new girl every week and spending all of their money because they are building these.
Yeah, and also because, look, dating a new girl every week, man. Any guy who's been who's been around the block a couple of times will tell you, relationships, man, like, particularly with girls who don't really know what they're doing, who are a bit of a mess, like the younger ladies, right? They're a straight up waste of time. Like, and I don't mean that like they are a waste of time necessarily. I mean that they are going to waste your time a lot, okay? But I'm going to see what other video we have pulled up here today for us to have a look at. Make sure you're leaving your comments and your thoughts as we go through. This is an interesting one. So this is on the topic of people meeting their significant other's parents for the first time. Now, what I want you to notice in this video, okay, is she's going to describe some things you should do if you're meeting your significant other's parents for the first time. And I want you to notice how out of line and out of touch it is with people who are dating in the modern day, shall we say. So let's have a look what she has to say.
Meeting your significant other's parents for the first time. Number 1, dress appropriately. You
dress appropriately. Wow, it's it's almost like dressing appropriately, is a baseline for getting some respect. But nobody seems interested in that today, right?
don't want to have anything hanging out or just be taking a risk like that the first time you meet them. Number 2,
can you imagine, right? Like, girls will hear advice like that and they'll feel absolutely disgusted, right? Why should I have to dress a particular way? Don't control me. You see what I'm saying? You see where this goes, right? It's like these kind of modest attitudes in 2021. I mean, good luck pushing them, really, because a lot of girls will say, "Oh, you know what? Screw you. Why the hell would I have to deal with this? You're trying to control me, right?" And a lot of times the girls actually don't realize, like, if you're in a relationship with a girl, right, and you've ever tried to voice your concern about the way she dresses, better believe me, man, you'll be met with some resistance, okay? Particularly for the modern ladies, right? None of them want to do that. Okay, none of them want to do that. But notice how, like, when it comes to meeting parents and stuff like that, it's almost like dressing modestly is a good thing.
Always bring something, a gift, flowers, anything that you could bring. It will for sure be appreciated and noticed. Number 3, no PDA. Cool it with the PDA. You can do that when you're, behind closed doors, but not in front of the parents for the first time. Or even when you get comfortable, you can do it, but not up front. And I would.
So if you don't know what PDA, guys, is, it's an acronym that stands for Public Displays of Affection. Okay, and I want you to notice how all of the things, right, all of the things that she's kind of mentioning here are modest and polite and, caring about how the other person actually perceives you. Right? It's about showing some level of respect to yourself and the people around you. And that is something that is sorely lost in dating today, man. Like, you will see these people out here, and I've mentioned this point a few times, right? When dudes are out here with their girlfriends and stuff like that, oftentimes I look at them and I feel embarrassed for them because their girlfriend is going. Man, I have seen such levels of disrespect from girlfriends. It is unreal. I know these two people in real life, right? And I'm not going to say their names or anything like that. I know this couple in real life who have been together for a very long time now, and at the start of the relationship, this guy was, he was headstrong, he would lead, he would do stuff. None of this, he was not a weak guy by any means. I actually looked up to him quite a bit. I thought he was a genuinely good man, right? And then over the years, this guy had just turned into the biggest. He just lacked a backbone now. He doesn't have a backbone now, and he will just put up with the disrespect that she gives him. Like, I remember I ran into them the other day and I was like, "Oh, hey, how you going?" I, gave him a hug. I was like, "How you doing, guys?" Right? And and she would just make fun of him during the conversation, right? Just absolutely make fun of him. Okay, there seems to be like this attitude that is pushed where men should just have to put up with disrespect, right? And like the fact that this lady even needs to explain like how you see another person's, you see your significant other's parents is just kind of ridiculous that this actually has to be explained.
I would say number 4, ask them questions about your significant other. Seem interested in them and in your partner and getting to know them more. Make them feel relevant and special.
Yeah, and good luck pushing all of those things, okay? Right? A lot of girls will be looking at that like, hell no.
So you already slept with.
And let's pull up the next video on this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, when you look for dating advice on TikTok, gentlemen, which make no mistake, TikTok is a huge platform, okay? Like, a lot of guys will say, oh, that platform's disgusting, and I totally agree with you, man. I'm right there with you. I really do not like TikTok either. But these are the kind of things that are shaping the young minds today. Okay, these are the kind of influences that actually have effect on a lot of people. So let's have a look at what this man has to say, and I'll adjust the volume, so just be mindful for a moment.
With him. I'm not happy about it at all, because you shouldn't have. If you like him, you make him earn it. But if you already have, here's 5 ways to get him to commit. Step 1.
Notice right off the bat, okay, he knows, right? We all know that these girls are going out here, they're having fun on the first date, okay? A lot of people, man, got really disgusted at me a few videos ago. They were like, Taylor, why do you say, if you haven't gotten action or some kind of fun by the 3rd date, Taylor, why do you say to ditch and move on to the next girl? And the reason why I say that is because a lot of these girls, man, they are having the bedroom fun with Chad on the first date. I do not want men out here spending money, spending their time, their resources, okay, trying to convince a girl to like them. When the girl likes someone, she will make it obvious. Okay, because what's happening at the moment is guys don't seem to understand that you kind of get categorized in one of 2 ways. You get categorized as a man that she's attracted to, and a man that she's not attracted to, but maybe she needs something from you, whether that be your time, attention, or your resources. Okay, this is why you get girls on dating apps. Guys, girls use dating apps for attention and validation. You get that, right? They don't use dating apps to necessarily meet up with guys, right? A lot of it is attention and validation. We've got men out here still spending $100 on, 3 separate dates, so $100 per date, trying to get the girl to like them. Little does he know that that girl has had bedroom fun with the guy she's actually attracted to. And what she's going to do is she's going to play it off like, oh, well, I really like you. I want to see how this goes. I just want to take things slow. All of my past relationships have been terrible, right? It's yeah. But anyway, let's see what else he has to say. I've ranted on long enough there.
1. No more Netflix and chill. Listen, you're not just going over there to bang him. That's not what we're doing. Go row a damn boat. Go ride the scooters. Do something else. Your pussy is not a revolving door. He doesn't just get to come in and out whenever he wants. Make him take you on a damn date. Don't show all your cards. Don't let him know how much you like him. I know, we don't play games here. It's fucking TikTok. Calm down. Listen, we do what we gotta do to get shit done. No drama.
Yeah, guys, because relationships are just a product of getting stuff done, right? Like, goodness gracious me. So we've got the first point, which is avoid only hanging out to have bedroom fun and chill, shall we say, right? And then the second point is don't show all of your cards. Okay, I just want to make the point before we continue with today's video. This TikTok that we're looking at right now, it has 380,000 likes, and the likes are a fraction of the views. Okay, so this video easily has over 1 million views, and it's 5 ways to make him commit after you already went for it all. This is a subject that this man is talking about right now that so many girls go through. Right? The reason why this video is so popular is because girls have this problem. Oh, well, how do I get him to commit? I've had bedroom fun with him, right? But how do I get the guy to commit? This is a common problem that the girls are having, man. I'm telling you, right? It's this whole chivalry and waiting and having getting married early and respecting one another, and that is all out the window in 2021, man. Anyone who says marriage is a good idea, particularly in 2021, is just out of their damn mind. You as a man have no reason to be getting married in 2021. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because of this thing called no-fault divorce, guys. She can leave you and take your assets at any time, including the children. Not to say that children are an asset, right? They're separate things. She can take your assets and your children. Okay, so if you want to go into that and realize that your wife can leave you at any time, which statistically she probably will, I mean, enjoy, right?
Drama. No more drama in my life. Listen, if you're dramatic, a guy's not gonna like that. He's not gonna fuck with you. And if you've already put out, he's gonna put you to the side. Have the confidence to walk away. If it's legit, he'll be back. They always come back. And don't forget, you're a bad bitch. So you already slept with.
Oh my word! Like we just had to wrap up the video with that point, didn't we? Right? Like this whole idea that all the girls are bad bees, right? They're boss babes. Okay, like not everyone who walks around is just this like absolute queen, right? A lot of people, man, is like, I can only put it this way: a lot of people you shouldn't let into your life unless you vet them, right? They have to be good people. Right, this idea that everyone's a queen, this idea that everyone's fantastic, everyone has a good heart, everyone cares about one another. Man, I don't know where the hell we get that idea from, right? Like, you actually have to vet people in your life. I don't know, man. The fact that in particular, right, this is something that I've noticed among men, is like, men are not encouraged to actually have standards with the people that they interact with, right? Society wants to tell men, hey guys, you should just go out there. And you have to give all of these things off the bat. It is your civic duty to be a good guy, right? And that means you're not allowed to do all of. I can't even say these words on YouTube, man. You have to be accepting of people no matter what. Guys, no, right? You don't have to be accepting of things that you don't want. Let's continue.
What the fuck?
And we got another fantastic video here, and something. This isn't going to be this guy talking, but. Screw it, we'll just jump in and then we'll kind of break it apart. So what's the most effed up thing that your ex did to you?
Up thing that your ex did to you.
So for Christmas one year, I decided to crochet my boyfriend a blanket. And it took me a couple months to finish it. I'd say probably like 80 hours of work. And he got mad at me one night and decided to rip the blanket up. Like rip holes in the blanket. And then when we finally broke up, he threw the blanket on the hood of my car while I was sleeping. Here's one of the holes that he put in it.
Okay, right. Now, something interesting about these stories, guys, that you'll notice is whenever you ask a girl, oh, hey, how was your past relationships, right? A lot of times girls will give you the answer like, oh, they weren't great, you know, he was not very nice, or he was a mean guy, right? He was a bad man. My ex-boyfriend was a bad guy, okay? And then you might ask, oh, well, what did he do, right? And then she'll give you a story like this, right, where she did something nice, or it was thrown back in her face, or she didn't, you know, she wasn't respected in the relationship, and he crossed all of these boundaries, right? But the funny thing about those stories, man, is when you sit there and then you go, okay, well, that sounds terrible. How long did you stay with this guy? Oh, 2 years, right? 1.5 years. Oh, we've been together for a long time. Okay? Like, notice, we're going to continue with this clip in a moment, but I want you to notice that, you know, there are certain things, guys, if you're in a relationship and you're dealing with a ton of disrespect, just leave. Okay? But you'll notice that people stay in relationships and put up with the disrespect. Like, watch this. Let's continue.
He also went on spring break to California with his friends and cheated on me with while he was there.
Okay, and the word she got cheated on with someone who can be hired, shall we say. And that's something else that he did. So, I don't know, man. Right? You see the red flags, you get disrespected. Okay, he does something terrible. You stay with him, right? And then you want to complain, right? And look, this is nothing against the lady personally. I don't particularly care, but this is just something to point out, right? Where girls will get into these relationships, they'll go through these situations, and then they'll tell their stories online in front of thousands of people, okay? And and expect some sort of empathy, right, guys? Like empathy. You know, the thing about empathy is if you're going to get empathy, your situation should at least be genuine, or at the very least not self-inflicted, right? You got all these ladies out here, and they are the ones making they're the ones making the dating decisions. Like, you think that you as a guy, you think that you have power in dating? You have very minimal power in dating. The most effective thing, what I will say is this though, the power that men have in dating, oftentimes it just boils down to being able to walk away. Okay, it just boils down to having self-respect and stuff like that. But these girls, man, they have all the power in dating. They can select whoever the hell they want, and they'll be out here choosing these terrible situations, and then turning on a camera and saying how they were, they were mistreated. You mistreated yourself. You chose someone who very clearly would mistreat you. Now, guys, before we go on with this video, I want to say something. So, look. I have Patreon set up, right? And people will put calls in there and stuff like that. And something very interesting that I've noticed about the Patreon, right, is the people who watch this channel, so you watching this right now, a huge percentage of the audience is male, right? But there's only like 6 women who watch this channel, okay? Right, which is fair enough, right? Due to the nature of the content that we cover over here, right? There are only there's only a handful of ladies that watch this show. I'm telling you, like, When I say handful, okay, there's quite a few, but like proportionate-wise to the men, it's nothing. We got a lot of dudes over here. But something very interesting I've noticed, guys, is over on my Patreon calls, I would say pretty much half, if not a little over half of them, are women who will ask questions about dating, right? And I can tell you, man, the girls that I speak to, I can tell you right off the bat, the ones who are making absolutely terrible dating decisions, which is most, but it's very obvious. It's very obvious who is going to go out there and they're going to get in relationships with quote-unquote narcissistic men. Okay? Like, I mean, just look, right? Like, we all know the warning signs, okay? And these are signs of I'm going to make terrible decisions and impulsive decisions, okay? So crap like this, man, it's like you can see it from a mile away. You absolutely can.
He pretty much continued to go about the trip as if nothing happened, and I didn't find out about this until way after the fact. But when the trip was finally over, he decided to bring me home a t-shirt for a souvenir. Yeah.
What the fuck?
And we're gonna continue forward here. So, look, the reason why I bring that up, guys, is because, man, these ladies make terrible dating decisions. And it's very clear when they're going to do it. You as a guy, right? Not a lot of men actually know the dating red flags and stuff like this. It's actually such a shock to a lot of men when you go out there and say, look, guys, you know, daddy issues, obvious red flag, okay? Tattoos, obvious red flag. Aggressive nature, obvious red flag. When you say that to guys, man, a lot of men hear that and they go, wait a minute. Like, that makes so much sense, but nobody ever told me that before. Right? Nobody ever told me the things to avoid. And you know what? My past few girlfriends have been like that, and it's ended absolutely terribly. She cheated on me, she did this, she did that, right? And a lot of girls are out here making terrible dating decisions. They absolutely are. And guys, we might wrap up today's show in a minute. I might have one more thing to show you before we kind of end there. Make sure you leave your thoughts and comments as we go through. This is not my most thought out videos, guys. I got to be out of the house very soon. But make sure you leave your thoughts and your comments as we have gone through. Goodness gracious me. But something I kind of wanted to show you guys, which is a bit of a positive note, is this little story here. So this is from a 21-year-old guy. And he says, I'm assuming his name is Nick, right? I, a 21-year-old male, have finally moved on from her, who's a 25-year-old female. About a month ago, I posted on here, now deleted, about a girl I was talking to that wanted to get back with her ex, despite telling each of our feelings to one another. Well, she ended up getting back with her ex. I'm so grateful for those that did comment on that post, telling me what I should do. I cut off all communication, very smart idea, with her and decided to focus on myself. I have felt so much better now than I ever was when I was talking to her. Yet again, thank you to all those wonderful strangers. You pulled me through this. Guys, there is a very clear solution to this stuff, okay, which is to not focus on girls. This kind of stuff will make you get so far. Let's have a look at this, right? I cut off all communication with her and decided to focus on myself. There is nothing better that you can do than doing this action right here. And man, I love to see some I get messages from you guys, you know, via email, via the different social media that we have over here, and it makes me so happy to see, man, when I get guys saying, oh, you know what, Taylor, I've focused less on girls and I've started going to the gym, right? And my progress hasn't been the best, but you know what, I've started and I'm feeling a lot better about myself. That crap makes me so happy, man. When men actually start to value themselves and they go, wait a minute, look, I can't be dedicating all my effort to people who don't appreciate it. Right? When men actually start to turn around and go, hey, wait a minute, you know, self-respect is super important. You know, that's always great to see. Okay, because this is something that's not really taught to men. Okay, here's what you're taught as a guy, and this is kind of the thought that will wrap up on the show here. You should be very careful as a guy, because what will happen is you will be taught, you know, throughout your life by, you know, school, parents, you know, girls, guys, whatever. You'll be taught that what makes a real man is someone who doubles down when things get hard, right? Let's just say your partner. You should always be there to support your partner. You know, if something isn't working out, guys, you should try and try harder and try to make it work, because that's what makes a strong man, okay? Men are taught to double down on bad investments and people who do not respect them. Gentlemen, the best thing you can do is walk away and focus on yourself. But guys, we're going to leave today's video there. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you leave your comments and thoughts on the way out. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed. And come and join the locals and the Discord. Links in the description. This show was a bit all over the place. We went through a bunch of clips. Some of my points not the best today, but I'm always curious to see what you guys have to say. Because, you know, you are able to point out things that I don't necessarily notice in the moment. But guys, we're going to call today's episode there. Make sure you take care of yourselves. And I will see you boys in the next episode. Peace.